This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Dwayne Lindo, and thanks for joining us. Jacqueline has the evening off. Football Friday night starts in just 15 minutes. But first, tonight, former Sarasota County Sheriff's Deputy Frank Bybee learns his fate in court. The jury handing over the verdict late this evening. A list of 18 charges were read aloud, the jury finding Bybee guilty of 13 of them, including kidnapping, exploiting the elderly, and several other fraud charges. Bybee, however, was not found guilty of attempted murder and burglary. Bybee was fingerprinted and sent back to prison to await sentencing.
I am not completely disappointed in the verdict as a whole, although there was very, very strong evidence that he did try to kill this woman, not once, not twice, but using three different methods.
We need to kind of look at the verdict, analyze it a little bit. Obviously, we're disappointed, but we'll keep fighting.
Bybee could still face up to life in prison for the kidnapping charge. The sentencing date has not been set yet, however. The defense is looking at an early November. The Sarasota Police Department is investigating an attempted armed robbery that happened yesterday morning. According to Sarasota Police, there was an altercation between two men in the Publix parking lot on Bay Street in Sarasota. One man shot the other man in the stomach and left the area. The victim remains at the hospital recovering, and the suspect has not been found. Car burglaries are happening a lot more than usual lately. Since Tuesday, there have been 4 car burglaries in Sarasota, and it seems the burglars are looking for something specific. 3 of the 4 break-ins took firearms from unlocked cars. The burglaries happened on Arlington Street, 47th Street, 24th Street, and Fruitville Road. A wallet and purse was also stolen. So remember to keep your car doors locked. New details about the Las Vegas shooter, that he tried to buy tracer bullets before his attack. Officials say he attempted to buy the ammunition at a recent gun show, but failed because the vendor was sold out. The glowing rounds help track accuracy in the dark. This new information is just a piece of Stephen Paddock's deadly and premeditated plan.
And I think they know about as much as they can possibly know about his movements. For example, they know that there were multiple trips when he was bringing in the guns and the ammunition. He was careful to do it at different shifts, so there wasn't a lot of suspicion raised over an 8-hour shift.
Police are still searching for Paddock's motive in the deadly shooting. A man convicted of killing 2 people in Florida is sentenced to be executed. Governor Scott signed a death warrant today for 52-year-old Patrick Hannon. Hannon is sentenced to death for the 1991 murders of Brandon Snyder and Robert Carter. Hannon stabbed Snyder to death and shot Carter 6 times. Authorities believe his motive was revenge. The execution date has been set for Wednesday, November 8th. This comes one day after inmate Corey Michael Lambrix was executed in Florida State Prison. Nearly 1 week, and many election supervisors say Florida's new online voter registration system is working smoothly. Florida became the 36th state to offer online registration this past Sunday. So far, hundreds of Floridians have either filled out a new registration online or updated their information in the system. Registering online is intended to make the process more accessible and convenient. The hope is that the online process will catch many of the simple errors people make when filling out a form.
This will prevent a lot of this kind of problems, incomplete forms especially. If you leave a field blank that is not optional, then it will alert you to that. And the optional fields are fully explained within the online form.
Now, to register, all you need is your driver's license and social security number. Then visit registertovoteflorida.gov and fill out the form online. Today, Governor Scott activating a $25 million emergency loan program to support citrus growers impacted by Hurricane Irma. The Bridge Loan Program will provide interest-free loans to citrus growers that experience physical or economic damage during the storm. The application period starts next week and will be open through November 30th. Citrus growers who have a citrus grove in the production in any of Florida's 67 counties affected by Irma can apply for loans up to $150,000 to be eligible. A grower must have been established to be before September 4th and show economic injury or physical damage as a result of Hurricane Irma. And I tell you, it's good to support these citrus growers, especially during times like we've had for the past month.
Oh, yeah, it's been tough going for them, and tough going for a lot of people in Puerto Rico, too. There's a big fundraiser coming up in the next Wednesday from 7 to 10 o'clock. I want to tell people about that. Is at, again, looks like Payne Park. That'll be happening from 7 to 10, a great concert. You want to show up for that? We'll have more information on that next week. Beautiful evening tonight, beautiful sunset as well. Some clouds around, perfect weather for Music on Main and Football Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be right back after this.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with your pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the ABC7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-683-9262.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now your ABC7 First Alert with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, we showed you that Van Wezel webcam. Look at this, Art Conforti out there on the bay. Look at this shot this evening. Boy, just a huge glow of orange and reds. It was gorgeous there. And pinks even showing up with Patricia Haas near Venice and the Venice Jetty there. Another nice shot. Appreciate all those photos. This is not a great shot right here. This is a tropical storm, soon to be hurricane. Top winds now up to 70 miles an hour, but it is racing to the north-northwest at 22 miles an hour. So this is not going to have much of a chance to intensify all that much because it's just moving too fast. The storms won't be able to catch up to that center. And then it makes landfall, it looks like, again, late Saturday, early Sunday morning as a Category 1 hurricane. And it could be anywhere from just around Louisiana, New Orleans, and then to the east of that near Mobile. And it looks like it will be a fairly tight system, so the widespread wind flow with it won't be there like we saw with Irma, but it's still going to cause a lot of problems with storm surge. There are tropical storm warnings in effect for the panhandle of Florida and a hurricane watch as well. And it looks as though they will see hurricane force winds definitely near New Orleans as this storm moves on shore. It's going to be a big story, obviously, late Saturday and Sunday. For us, we're going to see showers and storms here. It'll be scattered about late in the afternoon and evening. We may see some of the bands get very close to us. Some of those feeder vans will get fairly close to us, I think, on Saturday late and also on Sunday morning early. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. But right now, it doesn't appear that we're going to have too much of an effect here. With the exception of coastal areas, we'll see a little bit of a storm surge, 1 to 2 feet, not out of the question near high tide. We saw that today, in fact, a little bit as that water was pushing on shore. On top of that, we will see rip currents, and those will be a problem for folks going out there trying to ride those big waves that will be occurring along the coast generated by Nate as it moves through the Gulf of Mexico. That dew point temperature, you may have noticed it tonight out at Music on Main at Lakewood Ranch. It was humid, a very humid night, but it was rain-free, which was good for the crowd, and there was a big crowd there too. 90 degrees the high today, well above the average. Tampa set a record high at 93, 95 the record here in Sarasota at 1989. It was 95 degrees. The low was 75. Rainfall, we didn't see any rain today officially at the airport. We've only had 0.08 of an inch of rain. We will see some scattered showers tomorrow. It could produce some moderate to heavy rainfall. It's not going to be an all-day rain event, but nonetheless, we will see better chances late in the day and throughout the evening. Even the overnight, there's a 40% chance for some storms on Saturday night and Sunday morning. And it looks as though, as I said, we're going to get some shower activity as a result of Nate, but not the bulk of the precipitation. That will be confined to near the center and to the east. It's looking rather healthy, though, tonight with an explosion of storms near the center as it has made its way through that narrow gap between the Yucatan Peninsula and the western tip of Cuba. And you can see, again, top winds are at 70, so it's just below hurricane status at this point, and it will cause all sorts of problems. These are hurricane warnings now in effect, you see in the red. And there's also a tidal surge warning for folks there to the east of the center, and they could see a fairly high tide with that. As far as the forecast goes for us for boaters, winds will be out of the southeast at 15 knots, and seas will be running 2 to 4 feet, and a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. I mentioned the wave action that will be rather significant near the coast, so the waves will be rather high, and it looks as though that will stay with us on Sunday too. And as the winds whip around more to the southwest late Sunday, we could see the possibility of a little bit of coastal problems with the flooding there. 83 on the water temperature, and beaches will see a high of 86. It'll be a mixture of sun and clouds in the morning with a better chance for scattered showers and storms in the afternoon. Well, here's a look at the tides. Upcoming tides for Sarasota Bay. The next high tide at 1:18 and a low tide at 8:49, and then a high tide at 2:41 tomorrow afternoon. Tonight, isolated showers still possible overnight, but generally partly cloudy, warm and muggy, 78 for a low. And tomorrow, the rain chance in the afternoon mainly at 60%. With a high of 88 degrees. The extended forecast is calling for a good chance for storms scattered about on Sunday, and then it tapers off to start the work week. We'll be right back after this.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Buy more, save more. Volume discounts on 4 or more windows.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
Well, tonight the weather cooperated for the big music on Main at Lakewood Ranch. I want to thank all the people for coming up over and saying thanks for the great coverage of the storm a couple of weeks ago with Irma, but nothing to worry about this weekend as Nate will stay well out into the Gulf as it makes its way toward Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama as a Category 1, possibly a Category 2 hurricane, so they're going to have a tough go of it. Again, late tomorrow night and on Sunday. Stay tuned, stick around for a great show. We got Football Friday night with Dwayne and Adam. Stick around.
Welcome, everybody, to Football Friday Night. I'm Adam Cellini alongside Mr. Do-It-All.
Yeah, well, you know,
Dwayne Lindo.
Got to do what I got to do.
Man, a lot of airtime tonight for old Dwayne. So, luckily, no rain. It was an actual Friday. Well, it didn't rain. We shot all of our games. Very exciting. And
thank you.
And saw some good football in the meantime.
Yeah, I think I talked to a few coaches today. Coach Kurt Bradley, Coach Marino. Those guys were ecstatic that we get to play a full game, district play, no interruptions with rain or lightning or anything like that.
It must be nice to finally get back on that schedule. Football's a tough game to play, 3 times in a week for some of our local teams. Yeah. Well, let's start with our game of the week. You mentioned Kurt Bradley, Braden River back in again, this time on the road against Palmetto. And Dwayne, why do we like this game so much this year?
Because when these two teams get together, Adam, they never disappoint. Simple as that. Look, with powerhouse Braden River at 1-1 and Palmetto at 4-1, this is basically bragging rights in Manatee County and a key win for either team getting points toward the playoffs. And it starts with these two coaches we just mentioned, Bradley and Marino, two class act coaches on the Suncoast, Adam.
Absolutely. Love talking to them all the time, and they've done great things with their programs.
Yeah. So first quarter, first drive, and it's guess who? Deshaun Fenwick basically doing what he does and gains about 20 yards, putting Braden River in Tigers territory.
Running angry this week.
Yeah, same drive. It's Knowledge McDaniel taking it 1 yard for the score. The Pirates up early, 7-0. But guess what? The Tigers answer. Johnny Jones squares up and takes it to the house. We got a tie ball game, folks. It's 7-7. Second quarter, it's Knowledge McDaniel again with a juke move, gaining 30 yards. This kid is an integral part of Bradley's offense for sure.
Absolutely.
Now watch this play, Adam. It's Marino.
Anthony Marino.
Yes, to Spicer. And look at this. Right in your face. Boom! Look at that.
Look out for the camera guy there.
Camera guy handled it. Later in the second, Marino tosses a rocket. Alas, Braden River's Amari Pitts picks it off and ends the half. The Tigers never recover. Braden River edges Palmetto 31-24.
Certainly a good game. Big win for Braden River coming off a loss against Venice last week. Another big game tonight was one of our area's best versus one of the nation's best. Venice, who we just mentioned, hosting IMG's Blues squad. That is the first time IMG's Big Boys have played an area team since that program began. Dwayne, a lot of excitement surrounding this game. Venice is number 2 in the state of Florida for their classification. That team they're shaking hands with is number 2 in the nation on many lists.
Oh, yeah.
But head coach John Peacock says if his boys want to win states, they need to learn to compete with teams like this.
And I don't blame them.
Absolutely. Tribe students section talking about max preps before the game. Indians start with the ball first drive. Bryce Carpenter to Javon Hiley. And you know what they say, Dwayne, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Carpenter to Hiley over and over again on this drive. There's a reason he has 530 yards receiving coming into this game. That first drive ends in a field goal. Second quarter, they connect for a touchdown. And don't look now, the Indians up 9-0 against IMG at home.
Insane.
But the Ascenders quick to answer. Here's Zach Anixtad throwing a 20-yard strike to Brian Hightower, who's headed to Miami next year. IMG is back within 2. After an IMG field goal, Carpenter is picked off around midfield.
Don't see that too often.
No, you don't. And that allows IMG and TJ Pledger to punch it in one more time for the Ascenders before the half. Huge miscue. IMG figures out that Indians attack in the second half, and they run away with this one, 38-12.
Indians hung tough pretty much.
Absolutely. Now Manatee finally returned home, playing their first game in front of a home crowd tonight. Had one canceled earlier in the season, taking on Palm Harbor, who lost big against Riverview last week.
Yeah, you know, they lost big last week to the best team in that district. But they need to win out to win it, to basically get in the playoffs at this point. And given the past month we've had, this game is appropriate. It's the Hurricanes versus the Hurricanes.
There you go.
Yeah, Palm Harbor with a pretty decent pass game. TJ Colmery with about a catch for about 20 yards. You see him scrambling
nice
there.
Nice work there.
Yeah, against
for some yards.
Yeah, Hurricanes defense, but it's local Hurricane Josh Booker that's lighting it up on the other side. Adam, probably one of the best backs on the Suncoast.
Yeah, he had a quiet year last year, but it's nice to see him get the ball and maybe get his legs back under him.
Yeah, you know, Manatee just getting their groove back. You can see Booker running all over the place again.
Running through defenders. That's a touchdown.
You got it. Manatee wins big, 51-13. Kudos to the coach there in Manatee.
Absolutely. Coach Shakir finally got some offense going, looking good. Now, elsewhere in 8A District 6, it's the Riverview Rams taking on Newsom at home. Early punt attempt blocked by the Rams. Aaron Pritchett catches it on the fly and fights for a Rams touchdown. And Coach Smithers loving it on the sideline. Second quarter, check out the freshman, Michael Hayes. He finds some sideline and hits the home run for the Riverview Rams.
He's tired. Get him a Dr. Pepper.
There it is. Got to get it in for the sponsorship, folks. Now everybody wants in on this action. Look at that fight right there by Stephon Turner. Would not be denied. Rams up 47 at the half. That's the last score update that we could find tonight in the third quarter. But likely Newsom not coming back in this game tonight. Yeah. Oh, there we go. 57-3 is the final. That is the latest update. So yeah, Newsom not able to come back in that one.
Yeah, and obviously Riverview is heavily favored to win that district.
They're looking really good right now.
Right.
And probably pretty high ranked in the state and region as well. That's a big win against Newsom, make no mistake. And they got Manatee next week.
Yeah.
Well, coming up on Football Friday night, Friday night sights plus.
Cardinal Mooney's season goes from dream to nightmare overnight. We'll tell you how coming up.
We're the Great River Pirates, and you're watching Football Friday nights on ABC7. Let's go Pirates!
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book and DVD. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. Call 1-855-395-9803. That's 1-855-395-9803 now.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these other injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-604-1698. That's 800-604-1698.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our autumn upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Welcome back. Cardinal Mooney was on the road against Southeast High School tonight, and due to some technical issues, we don't necessarily have that highlight, but we do want to mention something that happened earlier this week for Cardinal Mooney. According to the Sarasota Herald-Tribune, Mooney must now forfeit its first 2 wins of the season and pay $200 in fines for using an ineligible player earlier this year. That punishment is coming down from the Florida High School Athletic Association after the school self-reported that infraction. The player, who is still unnamed in that report, did not have a grade point average above the FHSAA required 2.0 threshold, and the Cougars' 3-1 record is now 1-3, a huge difference considering that first loss last week was a regional game. And that made tonight's loss at Southeast that much bigger. The Cougars losing by just a couple of points, and they are in desperate needs of wins if they want to make the playoffs. And that was one that really could have carried some serious points considering the season that Southeast is having.
Tough break for Mooney.
Absolutely. Now kneeling protests. They've certainly taken a lot of national attention due to the NFL, but it's also trickling down to high schools, including some of ours here on the Sun Coast. Now, no players, as far as we know, have kneeled, but the Manatee School District did pass a code of student conduct rule requiring students get parental permission to kneel during anthems, and they were met by protesters both for and against that measure earlier this week. Now, we spoke with some local coaches on the issue before the district ever passed that policy, and they told us the conversations about kneeling did come up in their locker rooms when it all began last season.
We took it upon ourselves to kind of have a discussion with the players and never telling them one way or the other of what to do.
Now, the school district said that if students were going to take a stand like this, it was something that they should discuss with their parents. And now we're going to take a look at some other scores from around our area. We start with a couple of teams off tonight because they played earlier in the week. Charlotte winning their game on Monday night. Port Charlotte also picking up their 4th win on Tuesday. And of course, Riverview rolling Steinbrenner on Monday for a district win. Tonight, Bayshore losing a pitcher's duel down in Northport. And Lemon Bay gets their 3rd loss at Estero. Bradenton Christian and St. Stephen's dominating at home. St. Stephen's a little more than Bradenton Christian. And IMG's White Squad was on the road in Ocala, playing Ocala Trinity Catholic, and they lose by just 1 point, making them 1-2 on the season. And here's a reminder, Venice will play again on Monday night, hosting Lakewood Ranch at 6 p.m. Dwayne, I want to open it up, speaking of Venice, let's open it up to the 7A District 11. It's a district we talk about a lot, Venice, Braden River, Palmetto, and others. And let's talk about playoff chances for these teams.
Well, look, Braden River and Venice, these guys are going to duke it out. It's just a matter of how many points these guys can get. Obviously, Braden River, we mentioned Braden River winning today against Palmetto. But Palmetto's in the driver's seat, too. Remember, they only have 2 losses. They lost to Braden River, and they lost to Riverview early in the season. So if Palmetto can win out, they can make it to the playoffs.
Now, Palmetto still has to play Venice, and in the past, we would be saying if they lose to Venice, they're done. They're not making the playoffs. May not be the case this year.
May not be the case.
Even if they lose to Venice, which we're not saying they will because they are a tough team.
Right. Look, the Venice-Palmetto game is going to be a great game, but keep in mind that even if they do lose, they still get points for it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And this rule was kind of made for teams like Palmetto. They actually spoke with the FHSAA closely about stuff like this. Well, coming up after the break, we'll bring you Friday Night Sights and our Fan of the Week. Stick around.
We're the Palmetto Tigers, and you're watching Football Friday Nights on ABC7.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories, custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Every child follows a path in life. For many, that path will lead them to a door that gives them a place to grow, to learn, to belong, a place to forge their future. Because while many doors open, these doors transform. They did for us. Support your local Boys and Girls Clubs. Great futures start here.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Welcome back. Time for Friday Night Sights. Pictures from about the stands here on the Suncoast. Here are the captains for the Braden River game, and look at that sunset over their shoulders. Just a beautiful pink sky tonight.
Yeah, nice picture.
Not to step on Bob's toes. Then we got, I think, another picture, possibly the Venice coin flip. There it is, Ascenders towering over those Venice players who are usually the other way around.
Those are big boys.
And here's our fans of the week. It is Sam and Jay at the Palmetto game. Which is which? I don't know. I think the white undershirt feels more Sam to me.
Well, I'll let you be the judge of that, Adam. I'll get out of that one. But
all right. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Friday. And the Indians are 2-0 in the ALDS.
Oh, wow.
We'll try, baby.